Hello, welcome back. Today, a real highlight. Electric Recording Company audiophile reissue of John Coltrane, Giant Steps. I want to talk about this release in this video, why or how the mono version is, how it sounds, and I want to talk a bit about why these Electric Recording Company releases are such highlights for me, why I do like this company so very, very much, although it's also almost a political issue nowadays. And I talked to someone from the Electric Recording Company, and he really told me some interesting things. Most of them I can talk and I will share them with you. So that's the content of this video, and let's get right into it. Maybe I didn't do that quite often. I think I show you the packaging. The jacket itself comes in this rice paper. I don't keep this. Maybe I should, but I don't. Then we get this outer sleeve, which I also do not keep. I have my own, as some of you may know, and I trust those. I don't know. I don't trust them 100%. Then, of course, you get your certification card. Goes title, Giant Steps, artist, John Coltrane, yada yada yada, editions, and that's quite interesting. We don't have 150 or 90, sometimes with the classical you get these numbers, or 300, you have 345. So they raised it a bit. I go into this point a little later. I do like that. Then we have the catalog number. It's title number 59. And the edition number, I have the edition number 46. Then you get a beautiful obi. This comes with every release, where you say it's John Coltrane, Giant Steps. We have John Coltrane on tenor sax, Tommy Flanagan on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, Art Taylor on drums, Wynton Kelly on the piano, and Jimmy Cobb on the drums. Officially sanctioned Atlantic Record Corporation, all valve heritage pressing, mastered from the original analog master tapes. The person who I talked to, who I had the phone call, assured me that we do not have a fold-down mono here. We have a true mono from the mono master tapes, he told me. Cast on true mono aural using 1950s Lyrac SVB valve cutter lathe and orthophone DS522 mono cutter head. Handcrafted sleeve, artwork faithfully recreated using a vintage letterpressed procedure. I think they used the Heidelberger machines. Released in strictly limited, individually numbered editions of 345, featuring iconic Holy Grail recordings by the most revered jazz artists. Then we got an facsimile of the original inner sleeve. Beautiful. Again, I show you the handcrafted, beautiful. You know, this is always, it's so, if you touch it, if you go over it, those handmade jackets are quite something, really quite something. Beautiful. Show you the back side. Then, of course, the vinyl. I don't use the original inner sleeves. I use my vinyl storage solution. Here you have the vinyl. You have a beautiful, beautiful deep groove at the label. Stunning, stunning. So, okay. Now let's talk about the record. You know, the original recordings took place in, I think, May 1959. I think it was his first work for Atlantic, And in my opinion, it's safe to say that this is the most important work he did for Atlantic. These giant steps, you know, the harmonic complexity of this album, these giant steps between the harmonics is unbelievable. I'm no musician. I think that's why I'm very careful with that part. But I think a musician really can tell us that what he did on this album before he did it was almost impossible to do. So this is a milestone recording. I think it's okay to say a milestone recording. And this mono release is once more what they did also with the last jazz releases in mono. It's simply breathtaking. You know, of course I can't and I won't compare it to my stereo releases. But the main difference, that's what I can talk about, is that in this mono release, the sheer beauty is that or one of the most beautiful things is that John Coltrane really is in the center, of the things that happens. The orchestra, the people who accompany him are really back and almost muffed, but in a very good way. So this genius at one of the best albums he has made in this center position, that's stunning. That's such a beautiful, great thing. Of course, it's all gone within not so long time, but at least they raised them a little bit. I mean, 45 is around 12% more copies, so that's quite something. But then again, and now we come to the other part where I talk about why I think electric recording company releases are so cool, so great, so iconic. You know what happened in the last year is a very good thing. In fact, that we really get all those iconic releases back on true audiophile releases. Mobile Fidelity, SoundLab with their huge announcement of far over 30 one-step releases, the repressing of Analog Productions' Prestige catalog, the upcoming contemporary series, the acoustic sound series, Blue Note Tone Poet Classics, and I think we will even see more. But that also shows collectors that, and I know that is a very diverse topic, but some of the collectors, and it's their good right, I think, me included, also look on the development of the value. And this is a very, very temporary thing. If you, for example, if you really listen to your records and open them up, you really destroy a huge portion of the value, and that's absolutely okay. But what the electric recording company gives you with their strictly limited small amount of copies they do, gives you the assurance that there is a certain stability over a long period of time. Nobody else does what they do. Their star is not Kevin Gray or Ryan K. Smith or Bernie Grundman. The star is their 1950 mastering system. And the way they do the mastering, there is not much engineering. They get the tapes, and then the listening and the mastering in a way does this lyric machine. And the outcome is, in most cases, breathtaking. And they even do upgrades. And on my telephone call, he told me that they again upgraded their system. And he said it even gets better and better and better. And that's, of course, a stunning thing. It's a stunning thing. And in my opinion, those 300, or in this case, 345 releases, that this is an artificial shortage of pieces. On the one hand, that's right. It's really not much. If you think about a title like this one, a mono release like this one, and only 345. But I think if they would do more, let's say around 700 or 800, I think the value would be even higher, because the overall amount of people who wants them and has some of them and wants more of them would create an even bigger hype. I'm quite sure that this will happen. Of course, there has also been quality discussions. I don't want to get into that again. I can't complain. I had 2-3 covers, well, around 2-3 covers. I got returned immediately, so that's okay. That happens all the time. I mean, the Stoughton covers with all their seam splits on the top, or when they are gatefold in the middle, yeah, this happens. I mean, we are talking physical stuff. If you don't want that, it can't happen with digital, of course. But I can live with that, and for me, that's okay. Then we talked a bit about upcoming titles. I can't share that, of course, but wow, okay, wow, can't wait for those. And as I said, on a collector's standpoint, if you have the possibility to get them, those are highlights. Yeah, and some of you raised the question, why do I always get one? I can answer that very simply. I was, it doesn't happen in many cases, but in this case, I was very early with the electric recording company, and from a very early stage, I ordered every copy. And that, of course, helped until to today. Probably that I'm having a channel also helps, but I don't get my copies earlier, or not. I have to pay them the regular price. I get not 1 cent less. I don't have to pay 1 cent less. So I think the main point is that I really was early. It was one of the first vinyls I bought. When I got back into vinyl, was the electric recording company. I got one, and from that moment on I was fixed, and at that time it wasn't that hard to get one. It wasn't that hard. Nowadays, 15 minutes in some cases. I think the announcement of the Bill Evans, the upcoming Bill Evans mono, I think 15 minutes and it was all gone. Yeah, but those are, as I said, for collectors. Very, very, very special editions, and that's the story of their success, I think. And they deliver. They don't give us second or third rate titles, they give us astonishing, and that's quite astonishing, I think. They give us top-notch titles. Unbelievable. I hope it stays that way. We will see. One of my favorite labels. Love them. Okay, shoot. Probably a lot of you do disagree, but that's totally okay, I think. That's one of the main advantages of the area we live in. We are allowed to have different opinions, and we can discuss different opinions, and that's a great thing, and that's a true treasure and very, very valuable. Talk about and having different opinions. Okay, thank you for your time. See you. Bye.